Good evening, students. Now, today is the day 7. It is the last date to complete our 7-day, 7-hour training program on fundamental of computer programming. It is a big opportunity from the Curious Infotech solution to give training free to our students. In day 6, we studied built-in function and user-defined function. In built-in function, we discussed through concept and example on popular header files like C-type, math.h and string.h. In the user-defined function, we also understood how we can make user-defined function through no passing parameter with no return value and passing value but no return value and no passing value but there is a return value. And lastly, we discussed and understood passing values and also returning values. We also have understood recursion and how we can use function in the array and structure. Today, we will discuss file handling. It is a very important topic. Always this topic is somehow skipping, but this time we are giving maximum time limit to explain how we can use file handling through the C program. Let's start with the concepts and example. Very first, in the second slide, we will understand the need of file. Why files are needed? This, of course, a question in every student mind. Now here we are trying to give 3 important advantage of why files are needed. The first advantage, when a program is terminated, normally the entire data is lost. The reason, as we are using the RAM is a volatile memory, and also we are using memory in the sharing mode. So as soon as we will unlock our memory for the executing a program, that memory will be available for the different application. So at that time, may be possible whatever we used values for our program, that will be lost. So instead of that, we have to do one important thing, use the file. Now file, this preserve your data even if the program is terminated. So this is the slogan. If the program is terminated, through file you can preserve your data. So this is the first and foremost advantage of why files are needed. Now the second question, if you have to enter large number of data, say 100, 200, 500, For example, I want to make a sum of the 500 number. Of course, this is a very difficult task, but it is a given. So what we will do, we have to run program, and the program will ask to input 500 numbers. Of course, it will take lot of time to enter them all. And also in that numbers, maybe some number are not specified. At that time, it is not possible to do the edit. It is not possible to delete. It is not possible to re-enter. So it is a very time consuming, difficult effect on the programming. So however, if you are using the file containing, if you are using the file, so at that time we can say the all data can easily maintain through this your file, that will be the your off time, and by few command we can access this all data. Now the last important advantage of this, if we want to move our data from one computer to another computer, let after getting a final result of 500 number, then I want to move that input data from one file to another file or for some other purpose. So what happened? It is not possible in the normal program. So for that, these three reasons, as I am understanding, and I am saying there is file very much needed in our program. It always used as a backend of our application. Now, in the second slide, we will see what are the types of this file. We can classify our file into two categories. One is the text file and second is the binary file. The name itself representing the text, that will be whatever we are typing, that whatever we are reading, that whatever we are saving, that all are in the true false, that will be readable concept. But binary by name, it is in the your some binary format that cannot be readable by the any person. So this is of course used for the our program, and many times this will be the very much secure than the text file. So let one by one we will understand what are in the this type of the file. Now see the second in the next slide. The first is the text file. So in the text file, very important, it is normally use the extension as a .txt, and this file can easily created like a simple text editor such as Notepad, and that file can be opened through our programming. Now when you open this file, you will see the all contains within the file as a plain text. So this is the important word, plain text. It is not a control text. As we are understanding in the MS Office, there is a MS Word in which if we want to bold, underline, different type of the your fascinated text, then whenever we will save that text, that will require a control text. But here we have a plain text. It means we can easily edit or we can easily delete the contents. They take minimum effort to maintain, are easily readable, and provided the least security and takes bigger storage space. So these are the importance of the your text file. Now we will see the importance of our binary file. Normally big program, they are maintaining the binary file. Whenever we are using some confidential data, we have to use this binary file. The binary file are mostly using the extension .bni, bin, binary. Now instead of this storing data in a plain text, they are storing data in binary form, that is the 0, 1. They can hold higher amount of data, are not easily readable, and provide better security than text file. So these are the importance of our binary file. Now in the next slide we will see the operation of our file handling. So in C program, you can perform 4 major operations on file that either text or binary. So let very first, it is a creating a new file. This is the first operation. Second operation, it is the opening of the existing file or created one file. Now then closing a file, and then we have reading from and writing information to file. So such type of operations are popular and fundamental and basic for the file handling through the program. Now we will see what are the function available for this file handling. Now see in this next slide we have type of function for the handling this kind of your C program. So first is fopen, it will open the new existing file. Fprintf, write data into file. Fscanf, read data from file. Fputc, write a character into the file. Getc, it is read a character from a file. Of course, fclose, it is a closing the file. Fseek, whenever we are actually getting a pointer position, where we want to move, so we have to use fseek. Fputw, it is a writes an integer to file. Fgetw, it is a read an integer from file. Ftell, it will return a current position of the pointer where is the in the file. And lastly, rewind, let we want to go in the beginning or some others back inside, we have to rewind our file. So these are the very popular kind of function that are using for the file handling. Now we will see the mode available in the fopen function. Now see in the next slide, let we have this kind of modes. Now first is RW. It is a open for text file in a read mode. Then W, that will be open a text file in a write mode. A, open a text file in append mode. Append means you have to start from the last edited one. Then R plus, it is a open a text file in a read and write mode. W plus opens a text file in a read and write mode. A plus open a text file in read and write mode. RB, RB, WB, AB, RB, this all B, this is nothing but for the binary file, similar to your text like a RB. RB is for what? Open a binary file in a read mode, then write mode, then append mode, then read write mode, then WB plus read and write mode, and lastly AB plus open a binary file in read write mode. So these all are very important modes for fopen function. Until unless we will not use, we are not do the next operation. Now we will see the some syntax and example to start with the programming. Okay. Now in the second, file operations, we will understand the first is the opening a creative file or opening or creative file. So here we have a one file data structure in which we are able to make a variable as a file pointer. By this file pointer we can use a fopen. Now fopen already we have seen in the previous slide. The first parameter, that is the name of the file and your mode of the file, in which mode you are going to open your file. Now next is the closing a file. A closing a file means very first you are making a file pointer and then you are making a open a file into some mode, and then whatever you want to do, that will some file operation, and lastly very important function, that is the fclose. So by this fclose we can easily file pointer, by easily we can close our opened file. So till now you are getting this kind of operation with the syntax. Now we will see read and write operation. This is very important operation in the file handling. Now very first, how we can make a syntax for read file. Very first, make a file pointer, then you have to open, now you have to write. So here we are using the fscan, means formatted input, and fscanf. So you are reading from file, as we are using scanf for reading data from keyboard, but whenever we are using the f, this is from file formatted. So this is your %s for the string 1, %s for the string 2, and %s for the string 3, and likewise %d for the year. So this is the way how we are using this fscan. Now come to the writing a file. Make a file pointer, open a file, and print whatever we have. For example, printing. Printing means you want to write a file, you want to display on a screen type concept. So whenever we are writing, it is a just opposite of this concept screen. In screen, as we can able to see, but in file we cannot able to see. On the read is very opposite. So reading from keyboard we can easily able to not able to see, but whenever we are reading from this, so we are able to get the idea what type of these values are there. Okay, now we will see the some important example of this file handling. The first example, C program to open a file, write into and close the file. The three operation we will do one by one simultaneously. Now what we are doing, header file, main program, then we are using the file pointer, then we have one data, the curious info text solution that we want to save in a file. Now we are actually opening a text file in the write mode. As we will open in the write mode, we can able to write our data in the text file as it is. Okay, now we are using here what? This is a one additional concept in the programming. We are using this one if you want to understand what happen if your file is not going to open. At that time we have to make a one suitable message in which you are telling this is failed to open. So sometimes this message is very useful to understand what are going in the computer. Okay. This is interface towards the computer and the your user. Now here the concept is the printf. It is only message. The file is now open. Now we have to use this fputs for getting your data into your appropriate file through the file pointer. Likewise, we will close the our because already we did, we completed our work. Now what we have to do? We have to close our opened file through fclose. Now we will give a one suitable message to the user. Data successfully written in the text file and the file is now closed. So this is actually required message for the user, and after that we will close this program. Okay, now we will see the beautiful program second example in which we will able to see how we can go for the reading concept. In the this first program we are going for the writing concept. This is for the write. We are writing puts. So we are writing. Now in the second we are getters. We are getting this one and the print on the screen. So here the same concept. The first option, first operation, open a file. Second operation, read from it. And third operation, close the file. So here we have the file pointer, then data in the 50 string. This is a character. So here we will get a output, and that output we will display on the screen. So this is the screen. Okay. Now we will open our file into the read mode. We want to only read because already we have written our data on the file. So here again we have this suitable condition to understand whether your pointer is null or something else. If that is the null, means your file is failed to open. Now if nothing is there, then we have to make your reading concept. We are reading up to the end of this file, and after that completion of work we will close our this open file. Okay, so likewise each and every statement have a very meaningful concept. Until unless you will not understand the meaningful, there is no use to write a program. Okay, how we can write a program until unless we will not understand the previous or the some different program. We have to understand the other program so that we can make our more program. Now come to the one program in which we are understanding binary file. How we can operate this binary file. Now writing to binary file using fwrite and reading to a binary file from the fread. The concept is same, but only you are using the binary file. And for binary file, you are using here mode, that is the WB. Other statements are very similar to the previous program. So here we want to write 4 number into the our where file. So first n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4. Only 4 number we have to write in a file. So we will use this fwrite, that will be your fwrite Now f right, this is the your. So f right, we will use the your this address of this n, then size of this int, and 1 and the fptr. So by this syntax we can able to write one single value of n, and this 4 times. The 4 value we will write in a file. Now come to the reading concept. In the reading concept, we are using a mode RB. This is important. And then we are using here read. And this is the your read concept. So in reading concept, we are using here the your this concept is for the reading purpose. Now here 4 times the loop will continue, and here we have a f read and this size and same. Okay, only instead of f write there is a f read. Then after that close this file open. Now after that we will get a here from binary reading writing, and here we are getting a binary read. Okay, so this is the program. Till now we are inputting the or storing the our value one by one. Now we will do in the data set. So in data set, what we have a array and we have a structure. So by this array, it is possible to write all values in one time. Okay. How it is possible? So here I am using two header file. So this is standard library file for this only exit function. Okay. Now we have a here one array name n, and second array name is n1. So through n we will store the our this all values, and through n1 we will get value this 4 value, and we will display on the screen. So very first we are using here again two pointer, one for the your for the writing purpose and second for the reading purpose. Okay, for the differentiate I am keeping differentiate because to understand where what we are doing. Okay, now come to the this is a part where we are getting a how to open a your binary, how to create a file. So here you are creating a file to using WB. So through WB you are creating a new file. Now if it is not possible, we should get a appropriate result if that error is there and can't open the file. Now we have this write option. Now try to understand, instead of this n, instead of this 4 we are using here n. The size of int we are using here n. So what are the size of n? This will be your 8 byte for example, because 2 byte for the each data. Now after writing this all, we have to close and say write is completed, that is done. Now come toward the reading data from file. So here we have the one complete small block diagram, a small block for opening a file in the reading mode, RB. This is for the reading mode. Then if it is some error, we should give a proper error key that will be not opening due to this reason, and exit the program. But say thanks God we are able to open a file. Now we will directly read our data. Similarly, here we are using what? N. Here we are using n concept. Now here we are using n1. So by this n1, it is possible to read data. Now here what we are doing? We are printing one by one element. This is array. So by array we are printing one by one and closing our open file. So this is very interesting program to useful for our project, because in project the data are in the set. Now lastly we have to understand how we can use the structure. So now here I am making a program for which reading and writing data toward the structure. Okay, so here we have a one structure in which two members, character, name, and the float height. Now here we are making a 5 records. Okay, the student 1, by through student 1 we will read, we will write the concept, and through the student too we will write the concept. Okay, the one file pointer, then we will use here open the your file in the write mode. So you are opening a file into the write mode. Then we are making a one for loop to read data from your keyboard. Okay, so here we have a name and we have a height of that person. So by this one record we are making a your total 5 record 0 to 4, that will be 0 to less than 5. So 5 records are there. Okay, now after this we will we will open we will go for the writing concept. Okay, we are going for the writing concept, and after writing we will close the program. Now how we will read data from file? So this is the option. Very first open the file into the read mode, and then by one command you are reading the all data. How many data are there? 5 record, and each record they are the two member, means 10 data you are reading through the one command. So here after reading this one you have to only display on a screen. Okay, so this is the traditional purpose using the for loop, and here we have a printf in which your name and height is there. So likewise we can make our program, and lastly there is a your what there is a close of this file. Okay, so similarly we can make a very good project through this all concept. So this is the your end of this training program. 7 day rigorously we have taken 1 hour daily. So thank you to all students and wish you happy new year. In the next year we will meet for the new training. Thank you to all.